But that part now in Royal Rumbles where it fills up with fills up with talent.
Yeah.
Which is what kind of part I like in Rumbles, because
Clear house a little bit.
when it's one after the other, it gets a bit boring. But when they start filling up with numbers, I quite enjoy it. But
Next up is Malice.
Malice, who was the Wall in WCW.
And at first, I mean, when he first came in, I'm like, he looks like a carny.
Yeah.
With the tattoos, it's just like, I can see why they put him in the long sleeve shirt in WCW. But he surprises me in this match. He's a good worker. He as I see him, he's like the heel Brian Lee of this compared to Smokey.
He does a good choke slam, at least. I think he does that. Well,
Conan doesn't. Conan sandbags it.
Yeah, Conan sandbags his whole fucking career, though, doesn't he? He looks the part. He's not one of Minister's boys, so...
Ron Killings proper gets up for it.
Minister's managing the big boys. Has the other guy gone to Ministers? I forget.
Slash got eliminated by Rick Steiner.
He just eliminates the...
Brucey
from the Brucey bonus.
Shucks.
So
Ron Killings over the top, right?
So they're giving him something, because he's getting rid of people.
And the shittest... And, like, you could tell that the shitty Steiner did not want to take a proper bump, so goes over the worst way possible.
Yes. The fake Steiner gets eliminated.
He's got the Kane spot.
Conan has the safest, lamest elimination. Doesn't even land... Lands on his feet for elimination, which is the safest thing you can do.
And I believe Rick Steiner has the dodgiest, like, Chris Hamrick bump of eliminations at this point.
Let's have a look.
Oh my god. Just dives over the top rope.
Jesus, that's a good one. But yeah, so they're really going with this Malice guy all the wall. So here comes Scott Hall, Chico.
Bit of a fucking gut.
Yeah,
Apollo has been waiting on the top rope for a good 15 seconds at this point.
Yeah. So
waiting for someone to turn around.
Yeah.
And it's like, has everyone forgot the spot?
Yeah, so here comes Hall.
Am I in the right place? Who's supposed to do this? And I'm just going to jump down.
Hall, yeah, so... Okay. Hall does the lovely punches.
But I imagine he's still got a toothpick in his mouth the whole time.
Yeah. I like Hall. Always have done, but there are periods where he is hard to like.
Yeah. Like Razor Ramon was good the whole way through.
Yeah, and this is one of those periods where he just...
You can't hate him. You just feel sorry for him. 'Cause it's like, you know what talent he's got.
Yeah, it's a shame because again, Hall's great, isn't he? But it's no one knows. It's like Jake Roberts and a lot of those ones. It's sort of like if he'd have stayed clean, he would have had a hell of a.
In the same way, and in the same way, he is in the same retrospect as Jake Snake and Roddy Piper, where they didn't need a title to be over.
No, true. That's a novelty. So Hall here is just sort of lethargic, doesn't really do much. And then we got our next entrant, which is...
Well, next in is the run-in.
The run-in from who?
Toby Keith.
Toby Keith. American girls, American guys, we're gonna do a run-in and something or other. So he's not an official entrant then?
I feel like he is, because the counter restarts.
Yeah, he has a counter and a countdown, and the crowd are all looking left. But he's not an official entrant, but he gives Jarrett a suplex.
They're like, look, we've paid him for the night. Let's just get him in as many spots as well as we can.
Delayed suplex from Jarrett.
A great suplex.
For a country singer.
One of the best celebrities to come in.
That is, he gets a whole fucking... when they brought Willie Nelson out, WrestleMania 7, he didn't do a suplex. Mm. When WWE had Chad Brock, he didn't do a suplex, so,
And out goes Jarrett.
Yeehaw! Jarrett's gone, and the cameras are all over him, because Jarrett's the big star, because it's his company. And so the big feud going forward is Jarrett and Toby Keith. Yeah,
and Toby Keith, he goes for the middle rope. He goes out after Jarrett, but I think they're just he's gone. He's not returning. So technically, this Rumble's still going.
Yeah, technically, Toby Keith was never eliminated from the Gauntlet for the Gold Rumble gimmick in 2002. Yeah, then that's the Jarrett aspect of the match over. Thinking back now, for the first time, I think I was surprised Jarrett didn't win the damn thing, because he,
he'd have to put himself over.
Yeah, he's very,
very I bet his
good.
Dad has to talk him out of it.
Yeah, that was probably some...
Next up is Skinny Chris Harris.
Skinny Chris Harris. Oh my God, look at him.
I believe this is before America's Most Wanted.
Before that WWF run, we packed on the beef.
Oh yeah, thick Chris Harris.
Yeah, that ECW run that lasted about 4 matches.
Yeah, do I stay? Yeah, it's like WWE had the chance to sign Chris. This is what I don't understand. Because the counter is just restarted. Yeah. But Gangrel has now come out. Or the Vampire Warrior. I feel like, was he supposed to come out before and he fucked up his cue? Or has he just decide, or is he to come out early? Because the timer did not count down enough for another 90 seconds.
Depends if sunlight's on its way, because he might not have long. If he's a vampire. Yes, the vampire. Gangrel's out here with his great big shirts, like always. Those things look so comfy, don't they?
Yeah. His now deal on the indies is if you want him to, he'll always bring the goblet, he'll always do the fake blood himself, but if you want him to wear the white shirt, you have to buy it for him. Because it's a one-use only.
Oh my god. Alright, so Gangrel's out here, he doesn't do very much. Gangrel's another one of those guys I really quite like.
He was a good hand.
Yeah.
I felt he was a good worker, not a good talker, but that might have been because of the fake teeth.
Yeah.
But one of the best entrance musics ever.
Yes.
And one of the best intros, like coming up from the stage and like the pentagon circle.
Yeah, spit that clamato juice and you're laughing. I like Gangrel. He's one of those guys.
The bloodbaths are always good as part of the group as well.
Fucking DDT he did. He'd leap in with it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. First time he'd done that, I thought he killed the guy.
Next up, another WCW reject, Devon Storm.
Dangerous Devon Storm from the Indies, and he doesn't have jeans on.
Yeah, or the lead pipe, because wasn't he Crowbar?
Yeah. So you mean this new company can't afford a cheap pair of denim? Devon Storm's not one of those guys that was around for a long journeyman, around for a long time.
Yeah.
Before finally getting a run in WCW, and after that, not a lot. Basically.
No, which is the same, because another one is just he's just an alright worker.
Yeah, he was the worker of the group with David Flair and Daphne.
He was always getting top booking on small indie shows kind of deal.
Yeah. And he follows me on Twitter, so I can't fault him.
Oh, there we go.
I'm that big a mark. If someone follows me on Twitter, I'll just put them over, so...
Shout out Vince Russo then.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, who have I got? I've got Scotty Duhotty, I've got Vince Russo, I've got Sean Stasiak, Dangerous Devon Storm.
Let's not mention Stasiak because he has tried to sue the WWE a couple of times.
Yeah, but he follows me. Dangerous Devon Storm, Roadkill, Mikey Whipwick.
The who's who.
Yes, the who's who. The who's who of Velocity.
The who's who of the who.
Good bunch.
I love the fact that Scott Hall at this point is just taking a piss break.
Yeah,
it's just going to sit here on the top rope, just take it easy.
You guys are paying me, what, 20 grand?
And Gangrel gives him a look of just like, really, dude? He's like, okay, I'll do something.
And he's like, fuck you, I'll slap you then, you bitch. Well, it's like, he's probably paid 20 grand and has done bugger all.
Right, next entrant, King of Old School, Steve Corino.
Wow, Corino at this point was a former
fresh
ECW champion.
And as they say in commentary at this point, he's the only person in this tournament who has held the NWA title.
Yeah. Do you know, I think had WCW not gone, Corino would have been a big part down there because he's
that was his whole
size. He's got the right look.
Yeah.
He's the old school guy.
He could talk his arse off.
He was a talker.
But the thing about Corino was when he had been offered a contract. Yeah, he was in WCW. I don't know if, the deal was, I think, they had a 90-day compete clause to where they could choose to get rid of you or carry on your contract. He made it to like I think he said it was like 86, 87 days, and then WWE just got rid of his contract. He was like, fuck, if I would have got, I think if they'd have waited 3 days or someone would have forgot about him, he would have got paid for like the next 4 years.
Yeah.
At a decent WCW rate, because he was coming in as one of the main guys from ECW at this point.
Yeah,
this is where they had the main event was Corino, Just Incredible, Rhino, and Jerry Lynn.
Yeah, if you ever want to see a crowd shit on a finish,
him versus Dusty.
It's when he wins the world title that time. That was not a finish anyone wanted. The crowd just did.
He did have some good promos with Dusty in that thing though.
Yeah. I rate this guy quite highly, but the crowd just didn't.
I do like. I've always been a Corino fan. Well, yeah. Had a good match with had a good hardcore match with Kevin Steen and ROH. Very much worth a watch.
So we've got your usual battle royal lethargy here while they build up some guys.
All right, second to last person, world's most dangerous man,
Ken Shamrock with the world's most dangerous lamb chops. Look at him. He's not in the mood for this, is he? He just looks like he could tear some fucking skulls off.
He's in fucking shape.
He is in fuck you mode, Look at that fucking...
Kick to the head.
He's just looking around and just like, come on, and who wants a fucking rumble? Come on, you vampire prick.
No, even Scott Hall, I'm not letting you get over. Yep. And... great fucking power slam.
I think Shamrock...
Love the flying knee into the next one, which is even greater. Flying knee, again, which you can tell was it a fucked up spot, into a powerbomb.
Yeah, that was something else. But, Shamrock was the guy they were going with, weren't they? Because he was the last guy from the Attitude Era that you could probably get hold of at this point.
And he's legitimate.
And he's legit. He's the guy you should have built. I always wanted him to have a WF run as a champion.
Oh, yeah.
Never
happened. That was Cornette's whole thing about the Montreal Screwjob, wasn't it? It's like, fuck it, just put Shamrock in the ring with him. He won't shoot. He won't try and pull his shit on him.
No, you'll get a finish.
Yeah.
A proper finish there. Whether it's a shoot finish or not, you'll get a finish. But I always wanted Shamrock to get the belt up there. He never did. And he was obviously the guy they were building around here, but it gets to... I think you have this awful bit where they realise they're not drawing big money.
They realise quite quick.
They sort of phase him out quite early, sadly. It's a shame.
Who knows? It might. Apparently, he was awkward to work with, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was somewhat him. Because I don't think he was. I don't think he was southern bound.
No, I think it was an LA guy.
Well, I think he was on the East Coast actually.
Yeah. And the final entrant was who was it now? Brian fucking Christopher doing his stupid dance.
Still under 2 cool gear.
Yeah. So who's? Oh, there goes Chris Harris. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird person to have clean house. And
they're really building him. He's at 3 eliminations.
Yeah, I think they're just hoping because it's Jarrett, isn't it? He's friends with Jerry the King Lawler, it's his son. Let's just get him over.
Well, it's a strange company each time because it's hard to map out where they're going with things. It's like
I don't think they know.
No, but it's like they want to push certain guys, but they're also kind of. It's more a case of sort of we'll push this guy because my dad worked with his dad. You know, and
a lot of calling in favours.
Yeah, it's a bit sad because Christopher only works as a fucking baby, as a heel anyway.
Yeah,
because he's an annoying little shit. So he only really works.
Even when he talks, he sounds coked up. So you can't even do an angle with him. You can do appearances, but
I remember they brought him back to do an angle with Lawler one time, and he done his little dance to the ring, and he was fucking blown up by the time he got to the ring. So he's doing a promo and he's gasping for air, and that's all I remember of him. Tragic waste of a young life, though. He went about 44
well, the police fucked up on him, didn't they?
Yeah. He was only 44 or something, and that's such a crap.
Yeah, anyone in... Well, that sounds morbid to say, but anyone interested in it, listen to the Crime in Sports episode on him, because they go full detail, and it is... You get to the end, you're like, Jesus, it was very sad how he went.
Yeah, it's... Second generation stars always...
Because everyone thought he was a druggie, but when they did the autopsy on him, he was clean.
It's always the thing, second generation stars, they always have to live up to their father's legacy. And Lawler had a hell of a run, so...
Had the run, didn't he, in a sense?
Yeah. So,
Scott Hall with a dodgy elimination, and now we're down to the final 2. This is where...
Camera misses it as well.
Yeah, this is where it now turns into a one-on-one match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Reffing. This is where you also get a great spot as well, where it goes from a choke slam into an into the arm lock.
Yeah.
And it's just like a little bit ahead of its time in the sense of like Shamrock was always ahead of its time because he was one of the only people that was bringing MMA into wrestling. A bit more of a pancrase.
Yeah, well, without Shamrock, there's no Brock Lesnar at the end of the day.
No, I guess.
So that's that. Without Slash, there's still wrestling and nothing really happens. But
it's a very long. This is a very long arm lock though. It goes on for I think at least a solid minute, and it's just like. It's the classic spot of James Mitchell pushes the rope into the Wolves' hand,
and then we get the standard ankle lock sort of submission finish.
Shamrock has his fucking spaz out.
I think they do the old pass out, not tap out.
Yeah, I can't remember to be honest. I think he does.
It's a tap out, I think. And that's kind of it. So we crown the first NWA TNA World Champion. So yeah, Shamrock wins the belt to send the crowd home happy.
This is how they should have ended the show.
Yeah. If the crowd ended here, if the show ended here.
Thank you for joining us. Join us next week on Impact Wrestling. Good night, cut.
The Shamrock holding the title aloft with pyro and galore. This would have been a lot better than what it does end on, which I believe. So skip it a bit. Yeah, Ed Ferrara makes a retard joke, which is really awkward. In today's standards, it's absolutely horrible. But at this point, you can tell how wrestling's changed because by today's standards, it's horrible. Back then, it was just a bit awkward. So you can tell wrestling's changed.
But the show ends with a segment that WWE would only put on their YouTube channel.
This would be a WF.com exclusive now, where the show ends with Shamrock as a champion, and Jeff Jarrett he comes out and moans that he didn't win the belt, pushes all the old boys about, except for Harley Race, if he's not mental. And then we have Jarrett and Toby Keith have a little pull-apart standoff thingy. So the entire show is built around a country singer and
Does this go anywhere?
I don't think so.
We haven't watched the set. We are watching this one at a time, so this is a long time.
I don't think it does. Toby Keith certainly went places. He had a hell of a career as a country singer, made his own beverages and stuff. And
$500 million he made.
Hell of a lot of money now. Jeff Jarrett went back to Vince in the end, like they all do, after trying to scam people for gold on a pyramid scheme.
Started one wrestling company, sold that wrestling company, came back to that wrestling company, hired the man, probably out of guilt, who he stole the wife of. Then then he showed up in Mexico throwing fajitas at people on the way to the ring because of an alcohol issue.
So that was it for TNA's first show.
Overall, a good start.
Overall, a bit of a mess in places, but a good start. They introduced a lot of stuff there, and to go forward with.
It is a good mix of new names, some that you may know from present, and names from the future.
Yeah, it's a hodgepodge show, but it was decent. It's worth a watch, especially now 20 years on, to just see everyone.
Plus, the very first show is on YouTube, on Impact's YouTube channel in full. So it's a very easy find.
So hopefully they'll let us keep footage in. If not, shame on you, TNA.
Yeah, you need the publicity at this point.
Shame on you, TNA, you bastards.
We can say TNA because they go by Impact now.
But if they let us, then bravo, TNA. You fantastic
TNA.
Company. We love you. You're the best. We hope you stay in business for 100 years. Please keep watching for additional episodes. We're going to do loads more because
there's a lot of TNA to get through.
And this was great fun. So, please keep watching. I'm Stevie Pearson, along with
Elliot Redding.
And we'll see you next time.